Hey everyone! Today, we're going to talk about one of the most powerful and, let's be honest, most overlooked tools you have for understanding your health. We're diving deep into the daily report your gut sends you, so you can learn to read the signs and start taking charge of your digestive wellness.
I mean, just think about it for a second. What if every single day you got a little printout that told you exactly how things were going inside your digestive system?
Well, guess what? It absolutely does. The only catch is you have to learn how to speak its language. And today, we're going to get fluent in one of the most honest forms of communication your body has.
That's right, we're talking about poop. I know, it's not exactly dinner table conversation, but paying attention to your bowel movements is an incredibly powerful and, immediate tool for understanding what's really going on with your digestive health.
So what is this stuff? Anyway, well, first off, it's mostly water, about 75%. That other 25% is just a mix of things your body is done with, like bacteria that have finished their jobs, bits of food that couldn't be digested, and other cellular waste. But here's the crucial part. This isn't just waste. It's so much more. Think of it like a daily report card from your gut. It gives us these direct clues about your digestion speed, any potential inflammation, and the health of the trillions of tiny microbes working inside you. So how do we start decoding this report card? Well, our first and most important tool is something called the Bristol Stool Chart. It's basically a simple visual guide that helps us classify what we're seeing based on shape and texture. And trust me, it's a total game changer for this kind of detective work.
Okay, so on one end of the spectrum, we've got types 1 and 2. If you're seeing separate, hard lumps, kind of like nuts, or maybe a lumpy sausage shape, that's a pretty clear sign of constipation. It just means things are moving a little too slowly through your system. Now, on the other hand, types 3 and 4, that's what we're aiming for, especially type 4, smooth, soft, and easy to pass. That's the healthy ideal.
Now, as things start to speed up, we get to types 5, 6, and 7. Type 5, soft blobs, can actually be normal for some people, but it does mean things are moving faster. By the time you get to type 6, which is mushy, or type 7, which is completely liquid, yeah, you're in diarrhea territory. This can be a sign of an infection, some irritation, or maybe a strong reaction to something you ate.
Okay, we've covered shape. Next up is color. Just like with consistency, the color of your stool gives us another fascinating layer of information about what's happening inside your body. Your diet plays a huge role here. That normal, healthy brown color, that's from bile, which is a digestive fluid. Green can just mean you ate a ton of spinach, or that food moved through you too fast for the bile to fully break down. Yellow might point to excess fat, and orange is often just from foods like carrots or sweet potatoes. The one to really watch out for here is a persistent white or clay color. That could signal a lack of bile, which might point to a liver or gallbladder issue.
Now, red and black are two colors where context is everything. Red could absolutely be from those beets you had for dinner last night, but if you haven't eaten anything red, it might indicate bleeding lower down in your digestive tract. Same with black stool. It can be caused by something as simple as iron supplements, but if it's black and has a terry texture, that could be a sign of bleeding higher up, like in your stomach, where the blood has been digested.
So we've got shape and we've got color. Now, let's add a few more clues to our detective kit so we can get an even clearer picture of what's going on.
Okay, let's look at some of the more subtle clues. A little bit of mucus can be normal, but a lot of it often signals inflammation. If your stool looks oily or greasy, or if it always floats, it might mean your body is having a hard time absorbing fats. And yeah, smells can change with what you eat, but a persistently foul odor can sometimes point to an infection. All these little details, when you combine them with shape and color, give you a much richer picture.
And this is the big question, right? It's one thing to spot all these signs, but it's another thing entirely to understand what they might actually be pointing to.
Okay, the most important thing to remember here is that we're looking for patterns. A single day of green stool after a giant salad, not a concern. But if you're seeing persistent diarrhea or greasy stools or a lot of mucus for weeks on end, that's valuable information. These patterns can be the first clue in identifying issues like infections, malabsorption disorders, or inflammatory conditions. Now, this isn't about diagnosing yourself, okay? It's about gathering clues so you can have a much more informed conversation with your doctor.
Now for the empowering part. Knowing all of this, what can we actually do to support our gut health and aim for that ideal type 4? Let's build ourselves a practical action plan. So think of these 6 steps as the foundation for a happy gut. A high-fiber diet from fruits and veggies gives your system the bulk it needs.
Water is absolutely crucial for softening everything up and keeping it moving. Regular exercise, it does more than build muscle. It actually stimulates your intestines. Managing stress is a non-negotiable because that gut-brain connection is incredibly strong. Probiotics can help beef up your army of good bacteria. And finally, one of the simplest tips ever, when your body gives you the signal, listen to it. Now, while being your own health detective is fantastic, it's also critical to know when it's time to call in a professional. Some signs should really never be ignored.
Let me be really clear here. Most day-to-day changes are totally normal and probably related to your diet, but there are absolutely certain red flags that mean it's time to talk to a doctor.
If you experience any of these symptoms, it's time to make that appointment. This includes any persistent signs of blood, like black or red stools, or signs of a bile issue, like white stools. Also, don't ignore severe pain, any major change in your habits that last more than a week, or other symptoms like unexplained weight loss or dizziness. Please get it checked out.
And that's really what this is all about. This isn't about being worried or obsessive. It's about being informed and empowered. Your body is sending you signals every single day. And now you have a much better understanding of what those signals mean. And you have the tools to start a more meaningful conversation about your own health. Thanks for watching.